one more time. I want to see if I can get the Raven Lord. We'll see how it goes. If we don't get the Raven Lord this time, then fuck it. We'll just go upgrade the stuff and end the game.
This is why we need save states.
I kinda like that this place doesn't take long to get through.
Especially not at your level.
Yep. Makes grinding so much easier. Especially grinding for bleed.
Meteor Sparrow.
It's a thing.
That's great. Great fucking name. There's a giant fucking sparrow dive bombing people.
Asshole Spyro. Great music, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's pretty damn kick-ass. But the music for the entire thing's been pretty damn good.
Yeah. Probably the best thing about the game. The only thing that sucks about the music is that it's incredibly short. Like, all the tunes are like a minute long. Except for the one...
idiot again.
Except for the one in the lab, oddly enough. That's like 10 minutes almost.
That's odd.
Nah, I don't care. I can take hits. He's just mad
He
that I beat
apparently
him.
can't.
He's just mad that I already beat him to get the achievement. Alright, that's good enough
So
for
what
me.
does the crow do anyway?
I don't know.
Is it just like... Is it any good?
As far as I'm concerned, it's probably shit.
Probably.
Oh, I have 8 bleeds.
Well, we finally got the orb over 100. Apparently the max orb level is 999. Oh my god, that'd be so fucking broken.
I'd probably one-shot the final boss.
Probably would. It would kind of be funny to go see. Oh, bye.
Fuck that guy in particular. Alright, let's see how this is gonna go.
How many hits do you think it'll take?
This is the final boss.
This is the story of a girl. Literally.
Well, you're not wrong. You delude yourself into thinking I have to hide. You've made me powerful, Lunis. My mark spreads across reality. What little of it there's left, at least. I am a god. So I hear. Fixing everything in my wake, is that it? But then you just, what, gave up? Threw it all away? Sounds like you weren't good enough at your job. How dare you?
Jade.
I am a god. I am one of the ascended. Sure. Yet here I am. And I want my universe back. So I guess this is Deicide. Let's go beat his ass up. Wow, he's already in phase 2. That was quick.
That's very bloody quick. Now it just looks like a big hourglass, which I kind of expected we'd probably see.
Damn, that was quick.
Fuck, there it goes.
Now it's
He dead.
Now it's time for phase 3, which is a dinosaur.
What?
Oh yeah, you can't fall off the edge.
Climax here?
You can't fall off the edge because it's infinitely scrolling. So if you
Wraps around, yeah.
yeah, so if you need to dodge certain attacks, you can actually use it to your advantage.
Why is he now a giant weird dinosaur thing?
Apparently, it's a nightmare.
I mean, yeah, that'd probably freak me out if I had nightmares about it, but my nightmares are far worse than that, so...
My
If
nightmare is
anything, I'd probably
Pac-Man.
view it as a welcome relief.
My nightmares are Pac-Man.
Just smug Pac-Man everywhere. So, congratulations, we're now going to become a god, I guess.
You are powerful. The universe cannot exist without someone to protect time, and the Sandman is dead. Dead as shit. You are ascending. Congrats, you have wings.
Eternal Mother.
Luna... Oh shit, I forgot to show the fountain. You remember the fountain in the library, right? The big one. First it showed Elana the Great. Then you do some changes, it changes to a demonic statue called the Eternal Mother, and there are cultists praying near it. Creepy cultists. Now it's gonna change again.
You are the Eternal Mother.
It's gonna change again, so it's not gonna be demonic. Lunace is gone. You are the goddess of time. You are the Eternal Mother who has appeared throughout the ages. Apparently. But the universe, the Sandman destroyed it. Ironically, he did not have time. It's all still here, in his realm.
God of Time did not have time. Seriously? You're fucking kidding me.
Wow, he sucks at his job. Good thing we fired him.
He really fucking does. First he chucked it all in just because one girl started messing with the time stream, and now he's just like, fuck it, I chucked it in, you know what, I'm done with this God of Time shit, I can't even be asked finishing it, fuck you all. I'm putting me 2 weeks notice, I'm just gonna lounge around the place for a while.
Sandman, I declare thee judgment.
You have been promoted
to
back
customer.
To whatever the fuck you were before.
To customer. I restored it. The Eternal Mother restored time. The greatest sacrifice. I never existed, but in exchange I could fix it all. The ultimate time messenger, I suppose. My truest calling. Lead. My friends, my family would be okay. That's a little underwhelming if you ask me. Well, hello there. Hi.
Hi?
Enjoying that roast?
Would you like this meat instead?
It's not bad. The cook here is terrible. Come to my kitchen sometime and I can give you some real meat. Okay.
I was saying that as a joke.
You said it, not me. This should ease the symptoms a bit. Don't worry, I hear Villette is sending over another shipment of plasma. We'll be okay. Hey, what about all this forest here? That wasn't here before.
Why is...
Eternal Mother willing, we'll all be okay.
If none of this ever... Fuck it, I don't know anymore. None of this should ever... There we go. Villette recognizes Laheim as a fully independent nation and ally. And... One, why is a giant woman there? Two, who's the person? Oh, I know who the person is. The person was the actual queen.
Yes.
Ilana was just a princess and became queen after she got killed.
Mm-hmm. But since there was no emperor to kill her this time, she kinda lives. And I do have to say, not to be mean on it or anything, but her character portrait is fucking awful.
How bad?
Her face is so ugly. Captain Harstow, I understand you have volunteered to lead the effort in patrolling the wilderness against the dangerous fauna? Yes. The goddess has inspired me to do what I can to help build your nation. Thank you. We will form a joint task force then, a coalition between our nations. Ugh, fucking hell. I'm sorry, but her face just... It's awful.
It doesn't work with the blue hair and the really high up forehead and so forth. It does look good, and it's not nearly as bad as I thought you would think, but blue hair really doesn't work with any skin tone, no matter what it is.
The thing is, for me, I see almost every other character that had the same fucking face in this. So it just bothers the shit out of me.
Kind of.
It's like it's
There's
trying
a lot
to...
of...
It's like they took the face of Nestle and put another fucking hairdo on it.
It doesn't help that the hair is bright blue. It really doesn't.
It could have been a bit darker.
If it was a bit darker, it wouldn't look too bad. But then again, neither one of those two look.
Ideally,
great.
I would go with black hair, but you know, if he wanted
Fucking
blue,
hell, her eyebrows.
if he wanted blue, then dark blue would have been better.
Well, the other thing, the only other choice they would have had would go to sheer blonde just to complete the these guys are supposed to be the Nazis thing.
Oh wait, no. We have made a better world. God is be blessed. Take off that silly fucking thing off your neck. What the hell is that? Lachium is a tranquil place. I made sure of that. Villette and Lachium kept their peace for generations. Plasma was done something or other, and they cured the bleakness. They still explore the universe, delve into its secrets, blah 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 stuff I can't read fast enough. The Eternal Mother guides the way.
So basically, she's not only become the god, or goddess in this case, of these people, but she's basically directing them.
So, actually, now I realize you could describe this entire game in one sentence, and it's it's Lunes looking at the Sandman going like, "You made this? I made this."
You need to fucking Photoshop that together. You need to do it. It'll be amazing.
Oh yeah, this is supposed to be the new variant of Lunes, I guess. Not necessarily the direct variant, but you know, it's supposed to be the actual child of Selene, now that Lunes is not a thing.
And I'm going to guess, because we just want to go for the most saccharine ending possible, that the Emperor's going to walk off of left screen into focus and go, "Hi there, you are my family and I love you all."
Hi there, you may remember me from such events as me killing your parents.
Hi there, I'm Emperor. I'm Emperor Nuvius. You may remember me from such moments as fucking up the timeline, killing your mother right in front of you, and slaughtering your people. I hope we get along.
God damn. I'm definitely getting banned from YouTube. The Eternal Mother is the guardian of our people, just like I am to you and your siblings. Now eat your fucking Cheerios. Maybe,
Grow big and strong like the Hastelia person.
and maybe one day, one of you will be for our clan as the Kaelan messenger to the other cities of our world, and maybe beyond. Note that it's not a time messenger.
It's now just a normal messenger.
That's because the Timespinner is no more.
Probably for the best, really.
All things considered, that thing shouldn't have been built in the first place.
Honestly, yeah, probably shouldn't have been.
Speaking of which, who the fuck built it? And why?
I don't know, but given it literally made the God of Time quit his job to the point where you had to kill him.
Delete this.
Hello.
And this is just for the hell of it.
I'm actually surprised they didn't have the whole Emperor Nuvius coming in off the left screen going, "My family."
They should have done that just so I could finish the bingo. Damn, I was one thing short.
Basically, yeah.
But
So what do you think of it?
Well, oh, it's Chucklefish that published this, okay.
Yeah, Chucklefish has been doing some pretty good work with publishing things recently.
Well, besides filling in some parts of the cliche bingo, it was not a bad game. Not at all, I would say. It was pretty fun. Its only real weaknesses are it's short and it's kind of weak on the plot because it's not very cohesive, I want to say. It relies a little too much on collectible lore.
Yeah, I do kind of get that. Personally, my main issue with just put aside story for 5 minutes, just purely on gameplay. I get why it's short. The entire point of the game is successive playthroughs. That's why there's such a big new focus on the New Game Plus version and the Nightmare versions. It's designed to be played over and over and over and over and over again to seek 100% completion of the achievements. That being said, it doesn't deserve it. Well, it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't deserve it, but it doesn't earn it. The story is reasonably bare bones enough that unless you're really, really, really into the gameplay itself, you don't really want to replay it over and over again, because you'd be experiencing a story you don't particularly like constantly for the sake of gameplay. And there are other better games that did this exact thing.
Putting the story aside, for me personally, the biggest weakness, as I've already mentioned, is just that the game is short. We've spent about 5 hours now, but we weren't going super fast like I normally go when I'm playing by myself and I don't really read the story. We were shit
talking, we were reading things.
When I was unlocking this New Game Plus mode, the level 255, I had to play the level 1 thing first. You know, the Nightmare mode level cap 1, and I beat it in 2 hours. I skipped all the things that I didn't need to do, like the side quest and everything. I just went straight for the best ending, and it only took 2 hours. So that's ridiculously short, even for a New Game Plus. When I think New Game Plus, I think extra stuff on top of what you already have. And
agreed.
This feels like some things have been taken away, especially when I've got some relics that help me get through the game faster, like dashing.
Yeah, for me, keeping the relics in New Game Plus, I can get why they did that. They want to make it easier on you during successive things, that way you're not struggling. But the thing is that if you want to go back and replay, you're going to want to go back and replay it from level 1 anyway. Because you're going to want to go, I want to experience this again. So letting you keep your items, letting you keep your relics, your levels, your strengths, all that, while I understand why they did it, and I also understand why the game is so short, it very much feels like after you've probably completed maybe 2 to 3 playthroughs, even if you don't go for all the side stuff, you're going to be a high enough level that the game is relatively trivial. We didn't die once, we barely got injured. I don't think we dropped below half health more than one time, which was during one of the big boss fights there. And that was really the only time. And you saw us. We steamrolled through bosses. Early ones fell in one hit, later ones fell in just a few. Even the end boss fell in less hits than some of the optional stuff. I get that it's supposed to be replayed over and over again, but again, as I said, you're going to have to be invested in the gameplay, and you're also going to have to be invested in that gameplay being fucking trivialized as shit by the New Game Plus system.
Yeah, the replayability is really weak here. Even if you're going for the actually harder variant of New Game Plus, the level 1 cap, you're still not gonna have as much of a hard time because the orbs are independently leveling up. So
it's the orb that's doing the damage.
So even if you are level 1, you can still end up having 999 HP because you still collect the HP ups, and your orbs will still be at whatever level they were before you got there. In my case, it was around level 350. So it was just as easy to kill the bosses there as it was now. Only problem was I was getting killed a lot easier. Or at least that was the idea. I only died once though.
Like, the core mechanic of the game is the replayability. That's why the game is so short, among other concerns like a small team, they wouldn't be able to have as much money as they wanted, etc., etc. That's why it felt so short. However, I'm going to delve into this story. I'm going to leave the side story off for a moment. I'm going to delve purely into the main story. 3 things don't really make a lot of sense. The first thing is, They throw you into the main story pretty much almost immediately. You get a very short amount of build-up, establishing a couple of characters, and then you're chucked in when the enemy attacks. That is good storytelling. You establish your character early, and then you throw them into a situation where you want them to survive, and you want to try and get through this, and yada yada. That's very good. It allows for investment in your character, and you want to see what happens throughout the end. As the story went on, and as the inclusion of lore, I honestly got less and less invested. I was far more invested in the side characters and their struggles because they seemed far more down to earth. They seemed far more human than this girl who's probably younger than either me or Walder, who's just slaughtering people. And I get that that's a large section of what's referred to as ludonarrative dissonance, which is the dissonance between the actual gameplay and the story. A good example of that would be in the Lara Croft games, the newer ones. She makes a really big deal about killing people and killing her first person, and then during gameplay she's blowing off people's heads with a shotgun. There's just that severe dissonance here. And with this game, I feel that the first time you play through, that's when you get the full impact of the story. Any subsequent playthrough, because of the way New Game Plus works, it gets less and less powerful each time. Just because we're too fucking strong. So all the things of them going, be careful and so forth, we're just like, who cares?
Yeah.
As the story went on, just talking about the main story, I got less and less invested in it. I got more invested in the world building. And the last issue that I had with it is that if you did not pick up any of the extra lore pieces at all, or even if you picked up all of them and then didn't pick up the last two, the ones that basically clarified Emperor Nuvius is her father, is your main character's father.
Mm-hmm.
She would say it, as Walter said, he did this, and she still said it. How the fuck does she know? Her mother never said anything, and unless she has gone through and gotten these things, she'd have no clue who this guy is. And yet she outright basically just says, yeah, he's my dad, when she could not have known. I get that the intent of the developers is to have you go through and collect all the collectibles, but if you don't do that, this still happens. And it'd be jarring, honestly, if I missed out on these things. It'd be jarring going, wait, when the fuck was that revealed?
That also happens with Genza, actually, now that I think about it, because she recognizes him as the scientist who was working on the demon bioweapon, but we only know about them from the data logs.
And the fact that he wasn't the one working on the demon bioweapons. That was Amadeus, whose name the lab holds. Genza was the one looking at them going, maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah, he was trying to figure out a way to not be dependent on the thing in the first place. But then I guess he ended up corrupted or something, who knows?